Wow.
Okay, hello folks. I think we're live. It's about 3 minutes late, but we're reviewing, actually examining, big difference, Leffe Blond. And I know it's pronounced Left because I was looking at an official video for the company, and the guy kept saying Le Leffe Blond. Okay, so it's from Abbey de Notre Dame and Abbey de Notre Dame de Leffe in Dinant, Belgium. But all the beers are now contract brewed in at Louvain, Belgium, at the InBev, Anheuser-Busch InBev brewery. What they did was this. It says back to 1240. That's when they got their records back to when they started brewing. They think the Abbey is older than that, but they can only trace the records back to only 1240. You know. During the French Revolution, the revolutionaries came in, and the monastery and the brewery was shut down, and the monks scattered, and it was just abandoned until 1902. So it was a lot of chaos, and they felt terrible about it. And then in 1952, they wanted to bring back the tradition, because it was sort of a famous tradition of the brewing, of the monks brewing at the Abbey. So they contracted with a beer company to do that for them, with the old recipes and what that they could kind of scrape together, and they said, okay. But now that company has, you know how these buyouts occur, that company was eventually acquired by Anheuser-Busch InBev, so they do the brewing, and that raises money for the Abbey, so they get a good cut, you know, a decent cut, I guess, to license their name out to the big macro company that does the work for them. Let's see here. Who has never had the beer before?
The last time I had the beer was in 2009, so I have no clue what I don't remember what it tastes like at all.
Okay, so hold on. So Michelle Stitches has never had it.
Paul's coming. He's on his way.
Charles has never had it. Lee has never had it. Maria?
I've had it.
Maria's had it. All right. And Paul Beer Cub.
I don't think he has. He's on his way. We had to get his car from the shop, so I got home first because I didn't have to pay the bill.
Never had the beer before. First time.
Paul's never had it, and I have had it. Now, and I've also had the Brewed, which I bought in Manhattan, and I remember almost exactly what store I bought it in, and I never saw the Brewed again. Well, anyway, welcome, folks, from the South. We have myself, Louisiana Beer Reviews. We have Jean-Pierre, the Beer and TV Ramble. Welcome back to the internet world, Jean. From out west, we have Beer Cub and Michelle Stitches. From up north, we have, in New York City, we have Lee Poznansky. Upstate New York, we have Maria Devon, the girl next door, Utopia Jane. From New England, we have Thomas Meadow, Eric, Massachusetts Beer Reviews. See, all these people have these aliases. And then we have Zone 1, John, and Charles. Now, I know John's been busy, hasn't been able to make too many videos lately.
Yeah, between work and other activities other than that, yeah, it's been pretty busy. It's starting to slow down a little bit, though, so I should be back on target hopefully next week. So.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. I had people contacting me on Facebook, and they're like, man, I'm really sorry I can't do this because I have a job. It's like, wait, you don't have to apologize. First of all, a job is like way more important than drinking a beer and talking about it.
That's why I was like, let you know what I'm doing, so I don't want you to think I'm just leaving you hanging by a thread. So.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, but I mean, some people you don't usually really do it like that, but some people contact me almost like it's I don't know, I don't know. I say you don't have to apologize for that.
Like they feel bad almost in a way that they.
Yeah, right. I mean, and it's like what we're doing here is not important.
Mm-hmm.
Your job, your family, your regular life, that is important. So some people think the videos we make are important. They're not important. I think y'all would agree with that. They're nice to do. They're enjoyable. They're not important. Some people think they're important. If you think these are important, you might want to kind of get some perspective. Yeah, you just might want to re-examine your perspective on things. Because anyway, all right. Enough rant and rave with Ronald. Let's do this. I'm trying to look at their website. Come on. I don't know why this website's going so slow. I'm trying to look up their they say about the beers.
Well, visually, the head is very long-lasting, and I still have effervescent bubbles streaming up from the bottom of my glass, and I poured it at the beginning. So
So do I.
We're going to go through and do the look. Ooh, look at all that smoke. Woo.
Now, Jay, there's actually, you can Google Leffe Blond, and there's actually a page for this on Google that has nothing but the content of this beer.
I know it's their adjunct is flaked maize.
Yeah.
Now, okay.
This is a pale ale style, right? Am I correct?
Belgian pale ale, yes.
Belgian pale ale.
Blonde ale. A blonde ale.
I guess some might even consider it a single instead of, like a double or a triple. They would call it a single. Belgian single almost.
Now, at the time when this was first started, it was the Holy Roman Empire. They call it the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation, okay? So, yeah, Belgium was part of Germany. There was no such thing as Belgium anyway. Okay, there was no, that was just, it was called the Netherlands. All right. The Reinheitsgebot, the German purity law, it originally only applied to Bavaria, okay? Then it spread out to the rest of Germany. Well, by the time it was made the rule of all of Germany, Belgium was on its own with its own country, and they're not under that rule of the no adjuncts. So they never really paid much mind to all that. They add the candy sugar, they add the flaked maize, they add whatever they want to add. Okay, so we're going to go through it, and I guess we'll go out west since we haven't seen Michelle, Bitches, and Beer Cub. You were talking about the appearance, so go ahead and talk about the appearance.
well, it's a beautiful, clear gold. I don't see any sediment. When I poured it, it had a really thick head, and you can see at least the head is doing a lot of lacing. I haven't drank it yet, and it has a lot of effervescent bubbles going on here, which are absolutely lovely. So it's beautiful to look at.
Now, I agree with that, and I wish I had one of those beautiful Leffe glasses, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm using a new Belgian glass. Don't tell the folks at Leffe.
Before we go on, let me read what the Abbey says about the beer. It says Abbey of Leffe Blond. They call it Abbey of Leffe Blond, not Leffe Blond. Abbey of Leffe Blond beer is a highly fermented beer to be savored. The ingredients are light malt. That makes sense, huh? Light malt. Corn, and it's flake maize, not like Maria was talking about in a video a few days ago, not corn syrup, not brewer's syrup, flaked maize. Water, hops, and yeast, which gives it a bright golden color with dazzling reflections. 6.6% alcohol. The ideal serving temperature is 5 to 6 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit?
I believe that's 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Or 41 degrees, I should say.
It is to be savored with pleasure. As a draft beer, it is thirst quenching. Draft, so that's bottle condition. Not pasteurized. The taste is full, sweet, and fruity with a hint of bitter orange, and the aftertaste is powerful and surprising. Let's try to remember those descriptions and see if it matches up.
Remember, this is 11.2% bottle too.
Yeah, unfortunately. And I've seen the big bottles, but I never bought one. I'll give my description. We'll go along the south, and then we'll go up north. It's just like Michelle said. It's a clear, bubbly, very active bubbles, golden color with some head. I don't have as thick a head as she had in this West Splitterian 12 glass, but it's almost like a, I want to say a champagne, but I don't know. It's beautiful. Jean,
Well, I'm kind of getting that same look. I said I like the lacing, and as you can see by my glass, it's about almost half empty right now. I'm really enjoying this a lot. I like the color. It's, as the bottle says, it says I guess subtle or subtle, whatever. But I'm really enjoying this a lot. The color, the look of the beer is really, really quite nice.
Yes, and we have a Western. I appreciate your description, and I think we're all going to say the same thing. We have another Westerner, former Southerner, Paul in Texas. You had trouble finding this beer?
Not at all.
You bought the big bottle, huh?
No, I just got the a single at HEB. It's like $1.75.
You went. Oh, that's a good price. H.E. Butts.
Harold E. Butts. Actually, Harold E. Butt, what his name was.
Oh, Butt.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, if you ever have a chance, go to Butt because they have some. HEB has incredible beer selection. Well, at least in that Woodlands area.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about the appearance, Paul?
Oh, it's nice. It's a nice color. It's just a nice golden, beautiful, clear. Just very, very pretty beer. I think had a really big head on it. Came down a lot, but it's got some good lacing, as you can see. And are we doing smell too?
In a little bit. Aren't you one of those Belgian beer fans?
Oh yeah, probably my favorite style, I would think.
Those Belgians know their beer, huh? Okay, now,
What's that?
I said those Belgians know their beer, huh?
Well, some people might not like it because it has the the sugar and probably not a purist maybe beer, but I think they're great.
Yeah, that's true. Now, because it's adulterated with adjuncts.
Ah.
Now, let's see. We'll go to Maria next.
Okay, well, mine's just a beautiful, bright, brassy gold color. It's very amber, but it's just so light. The body of the beer has beautiful hues in it. If you look, it's not just the one golden color. There's also like sunshine, fire behind that. I don't have a stream of effervescence. I've got some light-hearted bubbles that are just all over the glass, very tiny, making their way up. And the head was moussey and lasted a very long time.
Moose? Wow. My head was like kind of thin, but my chalice is kind of wide brim. Let me see your glass, Maria. It's kind of narrower. Oh, and it's got that.
I'm using my Omegain glass because this is my Belgian style glass.
Oh, and it's tapered so it'll force the bubbles toward that top. Okay, now
I
since
should have
we're
got
in
my
New
St.
York.
Bernardus glass. Ah,
Oh yeah. Oh well.
man,
Lee.
I didn't even think about it.
Yes, sir. What do I think about this? Well, let's start off with the head. Very bright white, pillow-like head. I'm noticing it's leaving some lacing on the grass. And when you go into the light, just what Maria said, like a very brassy, kind of like a trumpet color. And lots of bubbles streaming up and very, very, very clear. I could see my fingerprints that are on the glass through the beer.
You can see your fingerprints. Yeah, it's clear.
I've got to check mine for that.
Now, Zone 1. Zone 1, can you read me? Zone 1.
Go ahead, Chet. I think everybody stole my thunder. Yeah. No, it's just like the bottle says. It's subtle. It's you can definitely taste the sugar. You can taste the Belgian yeast. It's almost like you say champagne-like. It's clean. It's well balanced for what it is. I think. Well, yeah. It's sunfire and firecracker stuff.
Sunfire. Okay.
Sunshine fire.
Yeah.
Oh, like the sun said it when the sun's going down.
I mean, I poured this before we went on air, and I've still got a tremendous amount of bubbles streaming from the bottom of my glass. Of course, we got big chalice glasses.
Oh yeah.
And big at the top. I mean, I've still got some head. I got some tremendous flacing on it. I mean, I think it's an awesome copper-colored beer that it's just clear, no sediment. I mean, it's just a beautiful beer overall.
And the beer has the date, guys, on the bottle.
Yes, it does.
And interestingly, you can get this beer in cans, but not around here. But you can get it in cans, and you can get it apparently on draft.
Not to make also, Jay, they also not the date, but also tells you how to chill this beer. On the back of my bottle, I'm looking at it right now. It says 5 Celsius.
Yeah, so it's really informative, and to me it's a beautiful bottle with that foil cap and it's a
pain in the butt.
Huh?
It's very regal looking.
Regal, and you're right, and did anyone look on their website? I was looking on their website during the week, and they have so many pairings. It's like they brag on their gastronomical attributes of the beer, and they'll say, okay, pick the beer, and you can pick whatever one. There's so many varieties. What we're getting is just like a tease. They'll say, pick the ruby, or pick the, what they call it, rosé, pick the brune, and then they'll give you all these different recipes and food pairings, and then you can go to D9 Belgium and go to the Leffe Brewery Experience. It's not really the brewery. It's just like a museum, because they did move all the production down to Louvain for efficiency reasons. But I'll read some of the other ones they have. They have the Leffe 9 Degree, which is 9% alcohol. Who would like to try that one?
Sounds good to me.
They have
Maybe.
they have the Radius, and it's dark malt, and they use coriander, and it's 8.2. They have the Tripel, 7%, and it reaches 8.4% after it referments in the bottle.
Now, I will like to try that. I love the triple.
Would that be considered a malt liquor?
That's what we're drinking here is considered a malt liquor. In fact, Leffe Dark is highly fermented, and it is 6.5, and it says a hint of caramel and butter candy. So this is really interesting. It's an exciting world, and we can't experience it.
I could if I got the 4-pack, but they were sold out.
Oh, man. Before we go into the aroma, John, if you went and looked at my cabinet right now, there's a 24-ounce can of Schlitz malt liquor. I think I have somebody.
Bubble.
I think I have somebody lined up to get that can.
I appreciate that.
The best buy date is December 2015, but that's unfortunate. But like they say, it should be good for up to a year.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that.
It's canned, but I'm going to try to find an 18-ounce bottle also for you.
Thank you.
Or a 40-ounce bottle if you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you get the E40 down there?
No, not yet.
I haven't gotten it either in this area.
All right. Now, what was I going to say? Okay, let's refocus. Let's go to the aroma. So back to Michelle. This is the exciting part. And I would feel a lot better about this beer if it was 500 milliliters instead of 330. I would feel a lot better about it. But we got to deal with the little bit that we have. Michelle, the aroma. Go.
Okay. First, I think I hear Paul pulling in the driveway, so that's good. I love Belgian style beer. It's one of my favorites, and I love a farmhouse ale. When I sniff this, when I put my nose down in the glass, I get a really light, mild hint of that odor. So it's that style. It's kind of like what you said. It's sort of like a single versus, a double or a triple. So it's that light. It's so people who maybe don't like that strong. I don't know what to call it, but it's present in like the Belgian farmhouse ales. If you don't like that so much, this is a good intro. because it's not so strong. It's just very light. It's kind of a fruity.
It's like a horse blanket smell.
Yes. Oh, I love it. So this is, I could take more of that, but I understand that's not what this beer is. But that smell is there, and it makes me happy. So.
Hey, that's good. And I'd be
I like it.
okay. I'm not gonna keep talking about 500 milliliters. I'd be a lot happier if it was. All right, now, John, the Aroma. What are you picking up, buddy?
I told him you were coming.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay, I couldn't hear my microphone. You know what? When I sipped this, I thought when I first tried Le Freak by Green Flash, I thought the style of it, I thought this was the best thing I ever had. And now I'm tasting this, I'm saying, you know what? This may have kind of surpassed Le Freak because this is quite good. The aroma, the flavor of it, it's not overpowering, but it really, after 2 bottles of this, guys, I'm feeling very mellow right now. This is a very, very exceptional beer by far, and this is my first time having this, and I must say, it's a shame it was right around the corner right here instead of me having to drive to Mississippi to get Le Freak in Moss Point or Pascagoula. But this is quite good.
That's awesome. Now here is Beer Cub's going to give us the aroma, and then Paul's back out west is going to give us the aroma. Hey, Beer Cub.
Beer Cub.
Hello, folks.
Beer Cub, they decided to keep the beer and me up for 1 more year. So.
Oh, okay.
He said he wants to revitalize it. I said I don't know how to revitalize it, but when it's one person or sometimes 2, you yourself doing reviews, I don't know. But
yeah, I kind of gave up on it, but.
Yeah, I understand. All right, what are you picking up?
Yeah, definitely that typical Belgian yeast is really dominant here. And then malt and maybe a little bit of lemon in the background. First time I've tried this beer, so.
Yeah, I'm picking up. It's really interesting because it's like Michelle said, and I don't think I would have thought of it. It does have that hint of that farmhouse, and I know they don't have Brettanomyces in it, but I presume they don't. But it's very mellow in the aroma. It's a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of alcohol and a little bit of maybe corn and malt, but it's not. You have to do like Jonathan Brown, isn't that his name? Maria, that does Wubbly Jubbly and puts the bottle up on his nose. But he really gets the aroma, and I think that's the way you can pick it up, doing like that, Wubbly Jubbly. But now, yeah, that's sweet. That smells like some really good beer. Now, I'm sure my father would say, not like garbage. But now, Paul.
Yes.
Paul Aubert from Texas.
Okay, bye, Jean Pierre Paul.
Jean-Pierre left. So I would everything Michelle said I would totally agree with, and as I mentioned before, the Belgian is probably my favorite style. And when I smell the smell, I mean, what she said was right on, but what I think of when I smell this beer is like carnival, like a bunch of people outside drinking beer, having a good time. I don't know why, it just reminds me of a carnival or something like that. That's what I think of. Yeah.
Well.
Not like carnival in New Orleans. I'm talking about like a carnival.
Yeah, like a county fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Now, don't feel bad, Jean. We all bug out sometimes with these connections. Let's see. I'm trying to not skip over and back to Maria. Your aroma assessment.
Okay, well, mine is mostly malty on the nose. I'm not getting any big fruity scents on the nose. I've got like a soft floral and maybe what I'd call like a stemmy little herbal. I'm not smelling any corn, right? I don't smell corn. I can't say that I do, but I'm also not smelling a lot of phenols. Like I don't smell that depth that phenols bring, and there's not a whole lot of spice. There's maybe a little faint spice, but there's not the big prickly spice character that I was expecting. It's very soft on the nose, but then as it opens up in the glass, I think I'm noticing like a vague soft fruitiness. I can't really say orange peel or anything like that. I'd be hard pressed to name it.
Yeah. This beer does not use any coriander or any kind of spices. Whoa. It only uses water, barley malt, corn, hops, and yeast. Now, they do make some of their other beers with those, those stereotypical spices. Lee, what are you getting in the aroma?
Definitely that Belgian yeast. I mean, that's an obvious. That's up front. Some kind of citrus notes in there. I'm also picking up. I know she said floral, but I think for me it's more of like a smoky flavor, like on the nose. If you tell me if you get it.
Smoky. I picked that up in a beer the other day, and I was so stunned because I wasn't expecting it.
I think there's some kind of a darker roast malt maybe in there, and that could, I don't know if that's maybe from the corn or not, but whatever it is, it's pretty light, I think, is what Lee's picking up.
Yeah, I think I picked that up too, and I think it's some kind of cherry wood char.
Huh.
Yeah. And you could also get some sweetness too, a little bit.
That's pretty remarkable. That's remarkable because if you hadn't mentioned it, I would never drink. But go ahead and take a deep whiff. I'm picking up that cherry wood char. Now, John.
Yeah.
Oh wait, let's go to Eric, and then we'll do the duo.
Sure. I think what most people are mentioning, with the citrus fruits, I'm definitely getting light lemony orange peel citrus fruits, and I am getting I'm getting a pilsner, like a Czech pilsner or like a European pilsner, kind of a biscuity malt sort of a nose as well. And a spicy, maybe that's the herbal that Maria was talking about, like a spicy herbal, sort of a grassy hop aroma. But again, all of that is pretty light, and I would say it is on the sweet side, but everything, it's not cloying on the nose, but everything is pretty light and well balanced. I would say it's clean smelling overall.
Yeah. Now, zone one, Indiana.
I'm going to say, I've heard a couple of you guys say it's a light-bodied. I think it's 6.0%. It's a medium to thick-bodied beer.
Well, we're talking about the aroma right now.
Okay. But the aroma, to me, I mean, you get the yeast up front. I get some malt, but also getting like a hint of clove in this, almost like a clove cigarette type clove.
Yeah.
Clove.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I'm getting. I mean, the aroma that Maria's talking about is almost like a clovey type taste. I don't know if anybody else gets that, but that's
like
kind
earthy, like earthy.
Yeah,
right?
earthy
So
clove
thick, but
type
it's
taste.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Charles.
I'll have to go with what Paul said. It's kind of like a carnival with everybody, because everybody's idea is kind of, being one of the last to sit there and talk about it. It is kind of like a carnival without the carnies, but it's hit the nail on the head.
Without the cornies. Let's go with the flavor, because everybody's sipping on it anyway.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers and bienvenue. All right, or welcome. Beer Cub and Michelle Stitches, what do y'all think about the flavor?
Okay, I'm not going to wax eloquent. I think it's nice. So, it is a little sweet. What you said about clove, when I sniffed it with that in my head, yeah, I see what he's talking about. Maybe even in the taste, interpreting, when you taste something, you try to file it somewhere. But I like it. It's very nice. And I was eating some pulled pork with a little bit of vinegar and hot pepper flakes on it, and it went really nicely with that too. So
Oh boy.
I know it's a kind
That
of
sounds
strange.
good.
It was good.
Yeah, and yeah, it's very nice. I do pick up a lot of that. I don't know, kind of clove or coriander type flavor. Even though I think you said that doesn't actually have that ingredient, but I get a little bit of that in the taste. There's a little bit of a woodiness to it, and it's very dry in the mouth, like a champagne almost.
Yeah, and you know that yeast can sometimes give you those coriander banana notes.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's the yeast, but yeah. But I could see how that would be how our brain would file that flavor.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you mine, and then we'll go to oh wait, Paul, what do you think about the flavor?
I think it's nice. It's just what I think of is, because I like the Belgians, I like the stronger, like the At 12 and the Westphalian and stuff like that. It reminds me of them, but it's like a lesser not a lesser version, but a
Milder version.
a milder version of them, right? It's got the same kind of flavors, but they're not as bold. But it's just really. I remember the first time I got this, it was a present for Christmas from someone, and I really didn't have any expectation of it at all. And I thought it was like one of my favorite beers I ever had after I drank it at the time, and I still really like it a lot. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite, but it's really, really good.
Yeah, would you like to try the other variants?
Yeah, sure. And I'm sorry it's owned by InBev. I'm assuming they probably screwed it up when they bought it or something, but
Oh.
Paul likes to throw out those little.
I'm sure it used to be good.
Paul likes to throw out those little hand grenades. All right.
I think I got a batch that was brewed before InBev bought it, so it's probably okay.
So you got a batch
I've
that's
been
like.
doing this for a while.
Yeah, you got a batch that's like 30 years old. Okay.
Yeah, it's bottle condition.
Clarify that he's being a little ironic here for people who may be tuning in for the first time and think that the words he's saying mean what they're saying.
Paul does. That's all he does.
It's bottle conditioned, so it's all right.
That's all he's done for over 30 years that I've known him. Okay, now
No, I'm very subtle.
right. John?
Yeah, I like the texture of this beer. I really like it. I mean, the flavor, like I said, 6.6%. Let me see. La Freak is about what? I think, was it 8? I think, or was it 7 or 8? I'm not sure.
What?
But they're Belgian ale. But this is something that I can enjoy, like I said, it was not just with a meal, but just kind of sitting outside on the porch and just relaxing. This is a perfect beer.
So you could chill with it in a big
Exactly.
All right, now I'm picking up that definite Belgian yeast that y'all are talking about. It's like, oh man, barley malt, maybe a little corn flakes, like good corn flakes, though, like Kellogg's, not best value.
12 for $12.
Right, and it's got this that yeast is giving it that, and I'm saying this on the internet, and I don't care. I'm picking up banana, and I'm picking up a little coriander. I am picking that up. I know it's not a wheat beer, okay, but fine. That's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up some sugariness and some very mild bitterness. I'm thinking the IBUs on this beer can't be very high. I would guess around, what do y'all think, about 22?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're probably the flavors you're tasting are probably the combination of the sugar and the yeast together, right? I mean, it's kind of like all working together to create
I guess, yeah.
this kind of flavor that you're not maybe used to all the time.
Okay.
But I wanted to say something about what John said. He made a really good point. Like, what I love about this beer is, I'm sorry to interject real quick, but I feel like it's like a really great casual beer you could drink any day of the week, but then it's like a really good beer you could pull out as like for celebrations and stuff like that. Like, it really kind of runs the gamut. Like, you can use this for anything.
I agree, Paul. I agree.
And you made me think of that, so.
No problem.
If you had a party at your house, you would serve this.
Absolutely.
But then all your guests would really want to know where the Bud Light was.
Yeah, well, no.
Same company makes it.
Then they think that they should get treated like that every time they come to my house, and then maybe I'm setting expectations too high or something.
Oh, that's right. You might be trapped.
Yeah.
Okay, Maria and then Lee up there in New York. New York.
Well, I think it tastes great. I mean, I think the body of this beer is soft and creamy, and then it's made bubbly by the carbonation. There's some earthy hops in it. You know, I think that's part of the creaminess, the soft earth that I'm tasting from hop. There's a light floral. And when I first popped the beer open, I thought I noticed a little fruity pear ester from yeast that disappeared behind the malt. This finish is just a touch sweeter, but it has a moderate hops bitterness that comes out and dries the palate out as it lingers. There's not a whole lot of aftertaste with this. I will say that it does, like, that's the place where I see that little bit of fruitiness, like that orange peel that they were talking about is in the aftertaste, not really in the main flavor. And what else did I say? Oh, it's much spicier on the palate than it is on the nose. I think that the corn lightens up the body significantly, and it's very easy to drink. I mean, I'm almost done.
Yeah, and I was going to say also that I'm picking up a little bit of Bartlett pears.
By the way, we're having a tremendous hailstorm.
That's why you kept.
It was a flash of lightning that did it.
That's why you kept looking out the window?
Holy moly. It's pounding. It was like, what's pounding? It's hail.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I don't get that stuff.
If you hear a sound that sounds like someone turned on a huge fan, then...
That's a tornado.
Yeah, run.
No, don't run. Go to the basement.
Yeah, right, because that's what I heard. That's what I heard 3 weeks ago, and it was a tornado. Okay. But it missed me, but it destroyed about 400 other houses.
Damn.
Unfortunately. Oh, it was like incredible. All right, now it sounded like somebody turned on a box fan that was as big as a block of a street, the block. Okay, I mean it was like, and Paul, remember we were on the phone together when I told you that?
Yep.
Paul, what did you tell me? Oh, if you get sucked up in the middle of the tornado, put your phone on.
Yeah, I wanted to see what it sounded like, but I had the same sound when Hurricane Andrew hit, and I was at my mom and dad's house. Remember that?
Oh, and the tornado jumped right over your house.
Yep, right over the street.
Okay, now Lee.
You definitely pick up that Belgian yeast quality that makes it into like a banana flavor, almost a mixture with coriander. You also get, like, if you keep it in your mouth for a while to really get the flavor out, it starts to lose those qualities and it starts to turn very sugary, if you notice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me personally, I'm not that big on Belgian beers, so it's an okay beer for my opinion, but it's nothing too amazing in my opinion, but I can appreciate it for what it is. And I do get those earthy hop tones that you talk about and everything, and they are there. But that's my overall general opinion of it.
So you came on this examination to rip the beer, okay? Now,
no.
Come on, Lee, let's go.
I don't understand. All right, now, Eric.
I can see where Lee is going with the sugariness of the beer. I mean, I don't want to say it's that it's a cloying sugariness in the sense that it's overdone to the point where it's unbearable, but I can see that it is a sugary style, in flavor. Now, the first time I said 2009 earlier. The first time I ever had this beer was 2012, and I did a review on Beer Advocate, and I don't remember really liking it all that much because I thought it was very, very, very sweet, and it is sweet, but not that bad. Again, like in the nose, when I mentioned it, I've not heard anybody really mention it, though, is that I am getting those bready, kind of biscuity, malty qualities to it. I am getting, like what Maria was saying, sort of an herbal spice to the hop character. Again, there is the banana and some of the orange peel going on. And it dries pretty quickly, but It's not anything, that I would rant and rave about, but for as low a price that it is, and I think it is a pretty highly accessible tasting beer for, the general, Miller Bud Coolers kind of a drinker to want to try, and they actually might like it. So I would say that it's pretty good for, how relatively cheap it is. So it's not too bad.
Okay. John and Charles. Charles and John.
This is a good beer for, if you want to take a Belgian beer and let somebody start out on one that's never had one, I think this is a good beer. I think it's 6.6%. I've heard a lot of you guys say it's a light body beer. I don't think it's a light body beer. I put it more of a medium to a real dry mouth feel. I definitely get the yeast in it. I get the hops in it. I get a lot of the clove in it. But I don't get the big sugary that you guys are talking about, but that might be because my palate's different than yours. But overall, I think for price point of this beer, I think it's a good beer. Is it a buy-again beer? Maybe, maybe not. But overall, I think it's a good beer. Last time I had this was in 2012. I just looked it up, and I'm sure it's the same beer I had back then. I give it a 4 out of 5. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 again, just for what the beer is.
And I forgot to mention it in my assessment, not to keep rambling on, but I am getting the slight roasted type of a corn taste. And I do notice that there is some corn in the beer, not like a syrupy, sugary kind of a corn syrup taste, but I am noticing some kind of a lightly roasted corn, probably like a Kellogg's corn flake kind of taste.
Yeah, he was talking about that smoke. Charles?
Yep.
Yeah, corn flake, yeah. I see that.
I think that could be contributing to some of the sweetness, too.
That's what I was talking about.
And if I was walking down the aisle and in a super chain or super package store big, I seen this beer. This beer was stick out to me by eyesight because of the bottle itself with the foil over the top of it and the labeling on it. I think it's a good looking beer, and it's just an enjoyable beer. It's a good starter beer for people that want to try Belgian beer.
Yeah.
And just like what everyone,
Charles?
yeah, and just like what everyone said, just the aroma, everybody nailed it. The body, especially those that said that you get a little bit of that spiciness that you don't smell. You hit the nail on the head with that, and definitely with the dry finish. And back to what John was saying, that's a good gateway beer. I'm a big fan of doubles and triples and quads, and I can, not that I'm going to go out and buy this tomorrow. Would I drink it at a party, or would somebody give me one? Yeah.
Because I give you one.
Yeah, but I know that I've got different tastes, but that's a really good starter for somebody that wants to take the next step.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I can't remember what I was going to say, and it was very important. Oh, I know what I was going to say, and that's why I can't say it. This is 6.6, and I can feel it a little bit.
Exactly. After 2 bottles of this, I'm feeling it too.
Wouldn't you love to try the 9%?
Yep.
Maybe 1 bottle.
Yeah, 1 bottle. Oh, no, 9 bottles.
Hey, I gotta go, everybody.
Okay, Paul. One more
Take care,
question.
Paul.
Paul,
One
one
more
more
question.
question.
What's the question?
Would
What?
you buy it again?
Yeah, I would. Sure.
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Paul.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye. Good night.
Good to see Paul.
Got 4 little
Bye, Paul.
Got 4 little kids, a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a baby, a 1-year-old. So he's lucky he can get on this at all. Now,
Yeah. Beer break.
so now we're going to go to the really important question. Out west, Beer Cup and Michelle, would you buy this beer again?
You go first.
Yes, and in fact, he bought 2 of these.
All
And
right.
I started this month-long restriction, so I've just tasted it, and I think I'm going to hide the second one so that I can have it when the month is over. So yeah, I liked it. I mean, like I said, I like really strong Belgians, but this is very pleasant to me. So I would definitely buy it again and enjoy it.
Yeah, and I think what John and Charles were saying, I agree with it. It's a great gateway beer if someone's interested in trying Belgian. It's in that area, but it's not super aggressive like some of the triples and things can get, which I enjoy those too. But yeah, if I was looking for something middle of the road, I would buy it again. Or obviously, if she wants it, I'll be buying it again. So.
It's not going to chase people away.
No, no.
And it's got a good price point for people to not chase them away either.
Yeah, I would obviously buy it again. I love it, and I love the Brewed, and I'm so sad I only got to try the Brewed once. It's so wonderful when I tried that one time, but oh man, would I buy it again? All right, Jean?
Yeah, I'm buying this again without question. Like I said, I've seen this at Rouse's, Publix, and a lot of these other stores. I said, okay, maybe one day. And when you mentioned that you're going to do a review of this, I said, all right, I'll try it. You know, I bought it today, and I must say, I'm very impressed with this beer. I thought Le Freak was, for the style. I thought that was the, when I asked about the style of the beer, and I said, that was the best. And now I'm thinking that this is probably better than this. And yeah, I would buy this again.
All right. Maria and then Lee, would you buy it again?
I would buy a single again, but I wouldn't buy it again. I would have it again for another tasting, but for me, this one just isn't the rough edges Belgian that I want, right? I want the funky stuff. I want it to be sweaty. I don't. It's not that the corn did it any harm. It didn't. And I think John's right about the mouthfeel. I think they nailed that. But I want all that complexity. I want the sweaty smells. I want the spice. I want my nose to be on fire when I
on fire.
And I don't want it to be sweet. I want it to be dry. So yeah, when I first tried this beer, I rated this. I was surprised. I rated this a 4.23 on my first try. And I would rate it a little bit lower today, more like a 3.9. But I would, like I said, I would taste it again, certainly.
Can I come back on this for a second?
What's that?
Can I come back on this for a second?
We about to get to you, and then you can go off.
I'm not going off.
No, I don't mean go off. I don't mean go off the show. I mean start going berserk. Now, no, but Maria, what I was going to say is, you probably like something a lot more like bold and dynamic.
I think the phenols are missing from the nose just enough, and I think it's a little bit flat from the corn. I mean, if you were to put this next to an Omegang beer, like a Fantôme, something that's, or even Brooklyn's local, whatever their Belgian Pale Ale is, you'll see the difference. Yeah, it's toasty. Yeah, it's got lots of good malt flavor, but then it kind of recedes, because it has that corn delight in the body. And yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's got a tremendous hops presence and a good hops finish. I like it very much, but I wouldn't go buy it again. I would taste it again, but I wouldn't buy the sixer again.
Yeah, I gotcha. I'd like to try that 9% because that might have the boldness we're looking for.
I would too. I want to try that ruby. I've tried the brune and I've tried the blonde, but I've never tried the ruby.
No, me neither. Okay, Lee, would you buy it again?
Sorry to disappoint you, Jay, but it's not my style of beer. I do appreciate it for what it is, but I would not buy it again. It's just too sugary for my taste and not enough bitter for me. But if you like it, you like it.
Right, sorry, I understand. So you're saying it's a well-made beer. It's just not the style you prefer.
Yeah. It's like if I was doing rate beer or something, my overall opinion would be kind of lower. But for the style, it's good for the style. It's just not my style.
It's not your style. Okay, now beer Zone 1. Would y'all buy it again? You too?
Yeah, I'd buy this again. I mean, for the price point, if I was going to a party or something and it was this themed, or just to try to take it to somebody that's never had it, yeah, I'd buy it again because it's not a bad price beer. But back on with Maria again, before I was really interrupted by you, Jay. Just kidding. But the first time I drank this beer, I just kidding, Jay. Don't feel bad. Don't defriend me. But the first time I drank this beer, actually in 2012, I give this beer 4. Whoa. And would you give it, Maria, 4.25?
4.23. I was really surprised that I did, but yeah, I liked it.
I rated this beer again just a while ago, and I give it a 3.75. Not because I think it's a bad beer over the years. It's just between those years, I've had a whole lot better beers that I've enjoyed more.
Thank you. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? And it's often the case with your review. You never know until you revisit the beer. You should always taste it again. At least I think you should. You don't have to go out and consume it in mass quantities again, but your opinion can change. Like you said, once you have all kinds of beer to compare it to.
Yeah. I mean,
like John sharing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm interrupted now. I'm interrupted. But like John sharing.
I thought he was going to yell at me.
No.
I'm going to try to block him before he blocks me. But
I'm done.
No, but
Who am I muting? What am I doing?
I'm just kidding. I'm about to get to you.
Oh.
No, go on, Charles.
I would definitely let John buy this beer for me again.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
No, just like what Maria said. I think there's back to what I said earlier. It's a good gateway beer now. That's what I would suggest to somebody who wanted to try something like this. But I like better Belgians. Enough said.
Okay, Eric, would you buy it again?
I think at $2.09. If for some strange reason, if for ever the reason occurred that I needed to buy a similar styled beer, I would definitely buy this one again. I've over the years here with John since 2012, and I became 21 2009, so this wasn't too far after I became 21, so I can see the progression, and I understand the progression of my palate over the last only 7 years now, which is kind of interesting. I'm not really too keen and fond on that kind of roasted, little bit of a corn taste and that a little bit of a sugary feel to the beer. I think kind of what Maria was saying and definitely what John was just saying, we've all had a lot of these different Belgian beers that are kind of blowing our mind a little bit, and the one that speaks to me, because this is a Belgian pale ale, the Belgian strong pale ale, I think that speaks to probably a lot of our minds would be that Duvel beer, which is probably about one of the best blonde Belgian beers money can buy that I've ever had. So I would definitely go for that beer over this one.
Jean-Pierre, don't worry, I'm going to come to Mobile and drink this beer with you. Everybody else is ripping the damn beer.
Like I said, Le Freak was my beer, Le Freak was the beer, but this one is really kind of take the cake for me right now,
I got to say it this way, though. I don't know that I've had this cheap of a beer that's been this awesome, though. I mean, at $2.09 for this little tiny bottle, you're getting some pretty good flavors for cheap beer, by my, say.
Le Freak, 22-ounce, I believe, or 8-ounce, 22-ounce bottle. I think it was like $4 when I bought it in Moss Point, Pascagoula, Mississippi.
All right, now look.
Mine was $3 for 1 ounce.
Eric, no, I'm just kidding. I know everybody's pretty favorable towards it, but
Eric, got a price point for what did you say you give for this beer?
I got the 11.2 ounce bottle for $2.09 in my town.
$1.75 at Publix in Daphne, Alabama.
Awesome.
I grabbed the 8.2s for $2.
Yeah, ours was like $1.70, so that affects my rating too, because I don't have high expectations. I'm not comparing this to an Amagang or a $6 12-ounce bottle of beer, because that's not what I expected from it. So to me, that's why I said I would try this again, because it's a budget beer, but it has a hint of those flavors I like. And I with everybody else, I think it's a great gateway beer. It's not like mind-blowing, but it's good enough that I'd drink it again, and there are a lot of beers out there that I don't even want to drink again, so.
And John both said, you
Bless you, help
judge it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, this beer to me, I mean, it's a gateway beer. When I buy it again, yes, I did buy it again.
Now let me read. Now I know some people. I'm sorry.
I bought it again, just this examination, but you know, I've still got, you know, my wife picked me up a 6-pack of it, and I've got 3 left. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the next 3 with at Beer Club with my other buddies tomorrow night. And but overall, I mean, this is a budget beer. You get what you get with this beer. I
Pretty
mean,
good for a budget beer, I tell you that.
it's an overall outstanding budget beer. And I go back to what me and Maria talked about. We rated this beer high at one time and just a little lower the next time. But the expectations of the beers that we've had between the years is so much better now than what, say, this beer was back 4 years ago compared to what we have now.
Okay, now I want to read one, and if somebody has to leave, I understand, but I want to read one because we've been going on a long time. But these kind of beers make you go on a long time. I want to read something what they're saying on their website about appetizers.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Okay, it says, while this is a perfect aperitif beer, that's like after dinner, it also tastes delicious with a wide variety of dishes, especially red.
Aperitif is before dinner. Aperitif is before dinner.
Oh, yeah, appetizer.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, folks.
That's okay. Please go on.
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome.
What is the after dinner beer called? The digestive?
Oh, no. Oh, the digestive. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I haven't heard that word. Gosh. Hi.
What was the word?
Digestive.
Yeah, digestive. Yeah, digestive. So, okay.
Just
French beer.
Aperitif. All right. An appetizer beer. But I'm drinking it solo, so but whatever, boom. All right. It also tastes delicious with a wide variety of dishes, especially red meat, sweet and sour dishes, and white mold cheeses,
Yummy.
such as Camembert, Brie, Briat, Savarin, or Saint Marcelin. There are countless soft-centered cheeses that are a good match for the fresh and fruity Leffe Blond.
sweet and sour dishes. You mean like Asian, Oriental?
Well, yeah, maybe like sweet and sour pork.
I tell you what, I think you take this beer with raspberry jelly and brie on top of it and drink this beer. It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
We
I would,
brie and add different jellies to it. It's phenomenal.
yeah, and I would like to drink it with egg foo young,
Holy hell, wow.
with all the bean sprouts and everything.
It's kind of reminding me in that yeast and that biscuity sort of component with the spices. It's kind of reminding me of a Hefeweizen beer where it might be good for brunch, for a lot of different kind of brunch dishes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like eggs Benedict.
Hell yes.
Hey, I want to say this before we go off the air. I got my refund check.
Yeah, but it wasn't much of a refund check, was it?
I got my refund check. Oh yes, I got my whole. I got $11
Silent bourbon, yes.
Nice.
for that Bourbon County barley wine. Yeah, they sent me $11. I got a refund, and they sent me the T-shirt, which I never asked for the T-shirt.
Okay. I got the T-shirt, didn't get $11, and I still got the nasty ass barley wine sitting there going to drink.
Well, remember, it's only some batches, so I would like to see if you drink it. If you drink it and it tastes like coconut.
I got not the bad batch, so that's why I couldn't send mine back.
Oh yeah, because if you drink it and it tastes like coconut and duck sauce, you got a bad batch. Okay. Oh yeah, it was like, ugh. Now, folks, that was InBev. Okay, and I'm always talking about consistency. I felt so played, and then Corona gets the glass in the bottles.
Yeah, but that's not the first time they've had that problem, though. Didn't they have that problem like about 6 months to a year ago, too?
Yep.
What's this with Corona? Glass in the bottles, yeah.
Call again.
Yeah, not glass bottles, glass in the bottles.
Yeah.
Like glass shards? Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty.
Talk about quality control, right?
Hey, let me say this before I jump off here. You're talking about InBev giving back a refund, okay? I think that's tremendous. They recognize that they made a bad batch of beer, and they're standing up to their beer. But I'm gonna tell you what, me and the guy sitting right beside me give $26, drove 12 miles to buy a beer that was hard to get called Black Ops from Brooklyn Brewery. Had to be one of the nastiest freaking beers I ever put in my mouth.
It was horrible.
Horrible.
And it wasn't spoiled. It was just bad.
It was just infected, strong bad.
Oh, I drank a beer. Well, I don't want to get into that, but it tasted like spinach. It was bad.
Ew.
By the sailor man. Poo poo.
You're right.
So what are we drinking next week?
On to the finish when I eat my spinach.
I
Right.
think next week is Tsingtao.
Yeah, next week we're going back to the lager world, and we're going to drink a pretty renowned beer. It's Tsingtao,
Oh,
and it's recently purchased by Pabst Brewing Company.
I think I can get that. Tsingtao.
Yeah, Tsingtao.
I don't know if I can get that.
It's Lee. If you go to any Oriental Asian market, they'll have it. Believe me.
Yeah, you can get that. Yeah.
That's Lee's
I'll
favorite.
look for it.
It's the most popular Chinese beer in America. Tsingtao.
Yeah, 'cause
And
that's
then
what
we
they
have on March 28th, which is a Monday, we have Labatt Blue,
I can get that. Yeah.
which if
Ah, lucky.
nobody wants to do it, I'm going to cancel it, but I would like to look at it.
No,
I'll
I'll
do
leave
the
on
We
Monday.
got one left.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
Eric.
do it, but I have to work Monday.
Oh, the 28th, Easter Monday. And then here we got the April lineup. I'll read it to you real fast, and then we're going to cut this off. Old Rasputin,
Yeah.
North Coast Old Rasputin. Rogue Dead Guy Ale. Abita Amber.
Ooh.
Yeah, I could get that.
And Chimay Red.
I can get that. So
And Maria's got it, right, Maria?
I have the Tsingtao.
Oh, the Jingdao, yeah.
Yeah. Chimay Red, I'm hoping will still be on the shelf because it's so far after the holidays. You never know, but I mean,
I parked the car at Mom's house.
an Old Rasputin, I should be able to get a single of easily at the bottle shop as well.
Okay. Old Rasputin. Yeah, I bought a bottle already because I wanted to make sure I got it. Okay. Well, I just need to get that Labatt Blue. I have the Old
I
Rasputin.
get those as singles around here.
Oh yeah, No, I can't get singles. I'll have to buy a 6-pack, but they're very inexpensive. Local.
Yeah, like $1.50 or something.
If I go to New Orleans, it'll be about $6.59 for a 6-pack. Okay. Well, thank you.
Y'all have cheap beer. I couldn't get a single of the Tsingtao or whatever that beer is. I had to buy the sixer of
Yes,
that, but it was okay. It was comparable, $8-something, $8.50.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Guys,
what it costs here, Maria. That's what it costs here. Okay. Well, good night. Good
There
night.
you go, Maria, taking one for the team, having to buy a whole 6-pack, huh?
That's right. Somebody's got to do it. I'll do it.
That Qingdao's no bad deal. But yeah, it's the same price over here. Actually, we ought to all have Chinese food the night we do it. Okay, well, that would be cute. Okay.
Thai.
Well, what is from China?
It's a joke.
We were gonna eat Thai food. We would drink Singha. Like Maria and I did a beer examination of Singha. Remember that, Maria?
Love Singha. I thought that was a lovely beer.
How about sushi?
Well, we can do sushi when we examine Sapporo.
Sapporo.
That
That's my
Singha
favorite
beer, I did a review of that beer, guys, and that is quite good. You know, perfect for Oriental food, even barbecue, you know?
Singha, yeah. Oh,
Even
boy.
sushi.
Yep.
Yep.
Or sushi. All right, so thanks for watching, folks.